Hello, dear students. Welcome back to our news channel. Let's go to the articles of the day. Students, in the first article, it deals with something that we use every day, Google, right? And this article is basically uh, deals with uh, the controversy that sparked because of certain things we get to see. We every day we get to see while searching. So, you know how you type in something like why is the sky blue or best books for class 9 students, and you might see that you get a list of websites, है ना? आप टाइप करते हो और आपको एक पूरा लिस्ट आपके सामने आ जाता है, राइट? सो फ्यू गूगल, आपने देखा होगा कि पहले नहीं था, लेकिन गूगल ने मई 2023 In May 2023, Google introduced a new tool called AI Overviews. Okay, AI Overviews. And this tool uses artificial intelligence to answer your questions at the very top of search page. है ना? So you don't even need to click on any website. आपके सामने जो भी आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा है गूगल से, वो अपने आप उसका आंसर एआई जनरेटेड टॉप में आ जाता है, राइट? आपने ऑब्जर्व भी किया होगा, पहले ऐसा नहीं था, राइट? सो ये जो सर्च जनरेटिव एक्सपीरियंस है, ये गूगल ने इंट्रोड्यूस किया 2023 में. सो what exactly is AI overview? See, imagine you ask a question like what causes a rainbow. So instead of showing a list of links, Google now shows a neat short paragraph that explains everything right on top, है ना? And this paragraph is created by AI and is called AI overviews. So it gathers information from many websites and put together a clean quick summary, kind of like your everything is summarized at the end of your chapter, right? तो यहाँ पे एक ट्विस्ट आता है. अब ये तो हमारे लिए तो बहुत सुपर यूजफुल है, राइट? सुपर हेल्पफुल है for us as a user, but it is causing a big problems for news publishers and website owners. Okay, जो वेबसाइट्स होते हैं उनके ओनर्स होते हैं, जो न्यूज़ पब्लिशर्स होते हैं, उनके लिए बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट हो रही है. रीजन बीइंग इज, देखो, सबसे पहले एक एग्जांपल से समझते हैं. सपोज यू हैव अ यूट्यूब चैनल वेयर यू टीच ओरिगेमी. ओके, आप ओरिगेमी बताते हो. ओरिगेमी आपको पता है, जैसे हम पेपर से यूज करके हम उसको डिफरेंट डिफरेंट चीजें बनाते हैं, राइट? सो यू हैव अ यूट्यूब चैनल वेयर यू टीच ओरिगेमी. You work hard, you make content, and you earn money from views and ads. Now imagine Google takes your content, it summarizes it, and shows it to people on search page itself. So people don't even click on your video anymore. What will happen now? You lose traffic, you lose views, and you lose extra income. You lose income. So that's exactly what's happening to news websites and small publishers. They are saying, hey Google, you are showing our hard work to users without even letting them visit our sites. So that's not fair, right? And here's where the drama begins. अब हुआ क्या कि यूरोपियन यूनियन में बहुत सारे स्मॉल पब्लिशर्स हैं, ठीक है? जैसे इंडिपेंडेंट पब्लिशर्स अलायंस है, मूवमेंट फॉर एन ओपन वेब है. नाउ दे हैव फाइल्ड अ फॉर्मल कंप्लेंट अगेंस्ट गूगल. They told the European Commission, which is basically the law-making body of the European Union, that Google is abusing its power. Okay? So their arguments are that Google's AI is using their content to create summaries. So users don't even now click on the actual websites anymore. And because of that, publishers are losing money as well as readers. है ना? क्योंकि देखो, सारा कंटेंट तो सामने ही आ जा रहा है, टॉप में ही आ जा रहा है. So basically, they are being forced to allow Google to use their content or else disappear from search completely. So that's like saying, either let me take your homework or you can't come to class. That's unfair, right? So that's what the publishers are calling unfair and harmful, especially for small or independent journalists. ठीक है। अब ये तो है कि पब्लिशर्स क्यों गूगल को बोल रहे हैं ऐसा, राइट। अब अगर हम गूगल की बात करते हैं, सो गूगल अर्न्स मनी फ्रॉम अदर पीपल्स कंटेंट, बट द पीपल हु actually made that content, what about them? They get nothing, है ना। गूगल अब अर्न कर रहा है ना वो मनी। सो दैट्स लाइक someone is copying your drawing, they are framing it, selling it, and not even giving you credit or money. So that is what happening ना। वेबसाइट ओनर्स उन्होंने मान लो कोई साइंस के ऊपर कोई वेबसाइट है, राइट। तो उन्होंने रिसर्च किया, डेटा कलेक्ट किया, उन्होंने सर्वे किया, उन्होंने उस पर मेहनत की, किसी भी एक्सपेरिमेंट के ऊपर उन्होंने मेहनत किया, फिर उन्होंने वो पब्लिश किया है अपने वेबसाइट पे। अब गूगल क्या कर रहा है, उसका डेटा एक्सट्रैक्ट करके समराइज करके हमें पहले ही प्रोवाइड कर दे रहा है। सो पीपल आर नॉट क्लिकिंग ऑन दैट वेबसाइट, है ना। एंड द ओनर्स दे आर लूजिंग आउट ऑन मनी, राइट। सो दैट इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग। तो ऐसा हो रहा है। तो एआई ओवरव्यू जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि कैसे काम करता है, जैसे आपको बताया क्विकली समराइज प्रोवाइड करा देते हैं। एंड इट आल्सो यूजेस जेमिनी, which is basically Google's advanced AI model। आपने देखा होगा, आपने ऑब्जर्व भी किया होगा, राइट। एंड here's the interesting part, it doesn't just guess answers, it uses a smart process called retrieval augmented generation, okay, RAG, right, retrieval augmented generation. So that means it searches the internet, it picks important points from real articles, and then writes a new answer. So it's like search online, pick useful stuff, write a short answer, show it on Google. Cool, right? But again, whose content is it using? That's the main debate. यही तो debate है, right? अब regulators क्या कर रहे हैं? देखो, European Commission and UK's Competition and Markets Authority, they are now uh, investigating this. Okay, so chances हैं कि they might force Google to give more control to publishers and share ad revenue. Google, on the other hand, is saying that we are helping people search better. We still send billions of clicks to website. So traffic, it depends on many things. So this seems like this battle is just beginning, right? तो अब देखना है कि आगे क्या होता है, राइट। क्या फर्दर एक्शन लिया जाता है। ओके, नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, तो ये तो थी कंट्रोवर्सी। अब हम बात करते हैं दूसरे आर्टिकल की, राइट। ओके, दिस इज अबाउट मार्स। सो हैव यू एवर वंडर्ड स्टूडेंट्स, व्हाई डज अर्थ हैव लाइफ बट मार्स डजंट, even though it once had rivers, lakes and maybe even an ocean, है ना। तो रिवर्स है, लेक्स है, ओशन भी हो सकता था वहां पे, लेकिन लाइफ क्यों नहीं है? वेल, a recent discovery by NASA's Curiosity rover might give us that answer. So Curiosity is what? Curiosity, a robot rover sent by NASA. Okay, it was sent by NASA, and it found rocks that are rich in carbonate minerals. Carbonate minerals. So what are those? See, on Earth, carbonates are found in rocks like limestone. Okay, these rock, they soak up carbon dioxide from the air and just store it. Okay, so this is super important for climate control because CO2, it's a gas that traps heat and keep our planet warm. So on Earth, we have CO2 warming the earth, carbonates locking it up, and volcanoes releasing CO2 back again. So this actually creates a natural balance, and that's why Earth has stable temperatures. Earth has rivers, oceans, and life. But what about Mars? Mars has carbonates. So it must have soaked up carbon dioxide, but it doesn't have active volcanoes like Earth, right? तो मार्स के पास एक फीबल रेट ऑफ वॉल्केनिक आउटगैसिंग है compared to Earth. This means carbon dioxide gets stored, but it doesn't come back into the air. So Mars becomes colder and eventually freezes. That's why scientists believe that Mars lost its warmth and water. So, what does this mean? That Mars did have liquid water in the past, and it actually had the right minerals, maybe even the right conditions for life. But because of this activity, volcanic outgassing, right, the climate broke down, water dried up, and temperatures dropped. And Mars became the barren red desert that we see today. Okay, so could there still be life? Well, we don't know that yet, right? And scientists, they are keep on researching. They are searching for other life forms that exist on other planets. That's why NASA's other robot, Perseverance rover, is exploring ancient riverbeds and deltas, searching for signs of past life that might have existed. Okay. So maybe, just maybe we'll find microbial fossils someday. Who knows, right? That's a possibility. Okay. So, students, Mars shows us that a planet can actually look right but still be uninhabitable because we need liquid water, we need stable atmosphere, and we need, certain activities like volcanic outgassing. Of course, we also need time. So while Earth is our home and has everything for life, Mars remains a cold, silent witness of what might have been. Okay, so that brings us to the end of today's episode, students. I hope you learned something exciting and, more importantly, started thinking like a curious explorer of the modern world. Okay, so if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share it with your friends. And as always, stay curious, stay smart, and keep asking why. Bye bye.